Welcome to Redefine Gamedev. I'm Adrian. If you are interested in game development, then this is the place for you to be. Not long ago, we kicked off Let's Redefine 2021, the first game jam hosted by this channel. And this video is the devlog for my entry to that competition. What you see right now is the current progress for the game. We will be looking into the process of how I arrived at this point and where I'm going towards. Future tech. The theme, it's quite broad and is nice because it allows for a lot of interesting cool stuff to be developed with. This is how I started as well. I had a few ideas from before, like a weapon that can change its way of working by modifying some parameters. Initially, I called it the puzzle gun. You will see shortly why I thought about calling it that name. In this episode, I will focus on the core mechanics of the game. They are important because they create the functional part of the game. But only using them, the game won't be fun to play. By the way, if you are interested in how to make your game fun to play, then you definitely should check this video that pops up right now on the screen. Let's begin with the genre. Since the game revolved around the gun, I thought that the best way to showcase the idea would be through a first-person shooter, of course. The character movement is provided by the character controller from the Unity's standard asset pack. It provides the necessary stuff like moving and looking around and also jumping. It's a good starting point, especially for a game jam. Next, I hopped into Blender, my 3D tool of choice, and I started to design what will become the main gun for the game. I used some references gathered on Pinterest, and this is what I could come up with. The importing did not take long, and with some small adjustments, I had the gun in place. Now, it only needed bullets to fire. I did not want for the fire to be the standard cube or capsules. So once again, I went to Blender and came up with this bullet design. Now that the bullets are in place and they can be fired, it's time for the main mechanic of the game, the weapon customization. For this, I chose a different approach. Instead of the player deciding what goes where, when the player picks up a power-up from the ground, it will randomly take a spot in the weapon's inventory. Then, by adjusting the connections between the items, the player will generate unique chains of possibilities which will offer different results in the end. For example, right now, as power-ups, I have the following: horizontal and vertical bullet split, and also increased damage. While the damage does not have any visual effect, the bullet split does. And it generates quite nice effects as well. Now we got ourselves a cool weapon, but nothing to kill with it. Let's make that a reality. For the enemies, I had an awesome asset which I wanted to try for some time now. It's called Clex, and you can do some cool stuff with it. People use it mostly for sculpting, but I found a nice video about someone using it for destruction as well. And it looked amazing, exactly what I was looking for. I needed that in my game. And this is the result. Now, the last touch would be to make it destructible. And by the magic of Clex, of course, the enemies needed to move and shoot the player. A simple AI script was put in place to help with that. Now we can move, jump, fire, customize our weapon and completely change its functionality, and fire at the enemies with visible damage. This is the current state of the game. The competition is not over yet and I have time to make the game fun. There are a couple of things which I want to see in the game, but the core ones are the following: a main menu and an ending screen, sounds, some sweet animations for the weapon and enemy, and particles, of course. And I can continue with the list all day, but of course the time won't allow me to add a lot of new things. I hope I make everything in time to deliver it. This was my progress update. See you in the next one. Adrian signing out.